Hey, how's it going, guys? So today I traded two stocks, HAL, HAL, and RPM. So let's start with HAL because that's the first stock I traded. So HAL started out today above this on the daily level. It's above this SMA. I actually took both the short and the long position. So what I mean by that is looking at the 15-minute, you see this harsh rejection there. On the 5-minute, looked like the rejection. So I actually went short here, small size 500 shares. How that looks like on the 1 minute is like this. So it hit this high and then it had a rejection. And then I went short right above this EMA here. It dropped a bit and then I just covered really quickly. And the reason for this is because it's sitting above this 2 SMA. The 2 EMAs are also above it. And so this was by all means a strong stock. If you look at the 5-minute, it hit the VWAP and it just had 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, like half an hour of just run-ups right here. So it was a strong stock. So from that perspective, I thought it was going to rebound, and that's what it did. This is where I took 515, I think 1,500 or 2,000 shares, probably 1,500 shares of this stock on the long side. It popped up, and then I covered some. I kept covering, and then it looked like it was going to go back down, so I got out of the last piece here, and then it dropped to pretty much the same level. I waited for like 3 minutes, as you can see. And it tried to drop a bit, and then there was a rejection here with this long bottom wick. Went back up, so I went long. I think 3,000 shares this time because it looked like it was going to break this, and it did. So I went long. It popped up, made a new high. It didn't go any higher, and certainly didn't beat the high of the day, which was 23.56. So I pretty much got out all the pieces here, and then now it's just dropping. And it'll probably drop more once it breaks through this SMA here. And also if you look at the reason why that went long again is because it made a double bottom. This is a double bottom right here. That's one bottom, two bottom, held this level, so it popped. And then now the reason why it's going short is it went. This is a lower high. So this is a high, this is a lower high. So now it's just basically reversing. But I'm done trading this. I'm trading HAL for the time being. So that's that. RPM. So this is how RPM looks like on the daily level. It popped up. But again, this is a strong stock, right? So on the 15-minute, there's a rejection, but it's not that big of a rejection. And then on the 5-minute, it held the VWAP level. It dropped to close to VWAP, held this level, and it looked like it was going to go up. So this is how it looks like on the 1 minute. As you can see on the 1 minute, it held this level. First it held the VWAP, and then it made newer high, and then there's this consolidation here. I went long right at the 67.22 level. Just small size 500 shares, and then it popped up all the way up to 67.50. That's where I got out most of it. Some I even got out at 67, I think 60 or 70, somewhere around there. And then the last piece I got out pretty much right at break even. I think I made $1 out of this last piece here, 67.26 or something like that. I made $1 off of this, or whatever the price is. I made $1. But that's it. The reason I took this stock on the long side is because, again, this was a pretty trending. The trend for this stock is pretty strong. It sits above 2 SMAs. The EMAs are up here. At the time when I was trading, it didn't look like it was going to cross. Same here, right? So there was a long wick here, and then it just started to run up. I had a pullback here, and I thought I was going to go do another run up. It may still do a run up. This SMA on the 1 minute may just push these EMAs higher. We don't know, or maybe it'll cross like HAL did. But I felt like this was still a strong stock at this point in time. And I think, let's take a look at the 15-minute. On a 15-minute too, it didn't really, when I was trading this, it's certainly at this rejection here, rejection of VWAP, and went back up. It wasn't making a new 15-minute low. So if this starts to form a new 15-minute low, maybe it would go short. It's kind of struggling, but we'll see what happens. But for the time being, it seems like a pretty strong stock still. Maybe faltering now. I don't know. Probably not a good time to trade it right now, at least with my skill level. I just can't make it to see where it's going. But here, so you can see, I took the where I went in. It's just basically right when it forms a new 5-minute high, pretty much. See, new 1 minute kind of corresponds to a new 5-minute high just by going in here. So anyway, $455, 30 tickets, and $49.25 in commission. So I'm done for the day. Like I said, I'm still recovering. Had a pretty big loss like 2 weeks ago. Couple of big losses back then. So taking it slow, taking it easy.